Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I just leaned against the wall and like made my string lights move. They're kind of yellower than I remember them being, and also this wouldn't be like the actual placement, they'd be more like this. I was just kind of checking it out, and now I'm too lazy to move them, so it's not going to be like that all the time. I don't know. I'm working on the backdrop. I actually got this as an advent calendar thing for Hannah made it. She tied like all the little bags to these star and snowflake string lights, and it's the cutest thing in the whole world, so it's definitely going to become part of my permanent setup. I haven't painted my wall because it turns out that painting a wall is a lot of work and I don't want to do that. And I have to pick a color. So here's the thing, is like I don't want to do pink necessarily because you can't tell it now because my ring light makes me look like I crawled out of a crypt, but I have really pink skin. And so I'm worried that the pink will bring out a lot of pink in my skin, and then like maybe like a mint green. I think I'm thinking kind of mint green because it is in my bedroom and I do have to live with it, and it has to match my bedroom aesthetic, which is it doesn't matter what color this is, but I don't want something, I want something bold, but I don't necessarily want something like in your face for the rest of the time that I'm in my bedroom. I would love this wall to be like a bold purple or red, just for the sake of this, but I don't want to go to sleep with a bold purple wall in my room. Plus I don't like purple walls in it. Wow, okay, anyway, hi. This is a vlog about knitting and about home decor. In case you didn't know, I am drinking a diet, 0 sugar, 0 caffeine soda because I had to stop drinking caffeine because of some medication I started, and it's been the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I used to be definitely the kind of person who would like wake up and have an energy drink and then coffee and then like a couple sodas, maybe some more coffee later, and I am down to literally not drinking any caffeine at all, which is awesome. Love that for me. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be, but I will say that I wake up in the morning with a lot more energy. Like I wake up and I'm awake, so that's good. Cool, I'm not waiting on anything to wake me up. Hey, so I knit. I'm a knitter, and I actually did sit down yesterday to knit a little bit intentionally, just like I'm gonna sit and knit for a few minutes. I think I knit for like an hour and a half in one sitting, which lately I have not had the opportunity to do that, but today this isn't gonna work. Today I did, or yesterday I did, and I sat down. I'm knitting the same thing. I sat down and I turned on Netflix, and I don't really watch a lot of TV or movies, so I didn't even know what was on. I tried to watch Shameless. I have made probably 7 attempts to watch Shameless, and I can never get through the first episode. I don't even know how the first episode ends because I just can't get into it. Do you guys think that it's worth getting into? Because I don't really relate, I guess, to a lot of it, and I don't relate. I don't know, maybe people don't need to relate. Maybe they're just laughing at poor people. I don't know what the deal is, man. Like, I'm not trying to be mean. It's just I don't understand it. Where's this going? Because it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. But I found the movie The Lion, which I did not know was a movie because I wanted to read the book called A Long Way Home. A Long Way Home? A Long Way Home? But it's about a boy in India who gets adopted and is sent to Australia and finds his way back through unconventional means, technology, the internet. And anyway, wow, so I was like really excited about that. I actually have to finish it today, so I'm gonna sit down and finish it. I already know how it ends. Not the point. I don't care. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but it's about a kid making his way home. Anyway, but it's based on a true story. I quit in the middle of a row because I'm me, I guess. I don't know what I was doing or why I said it. Oh, I set it down because my boyfriend came home, and then I was watching that movie. So I started talking to him. So here we go on my progress. I can't believe I didn't finish the row. I didn't even pick this up beforehand. Okay, and so last time we talked, I was right here, and you can see a difference in the yarn color, can't you? Yeah, you can. Huh. It's even noticeable in real life now that I'm looking at it. Well, that is an interesting turn of events. I'm going to leave this up. Normally I delete the video and be like, I'm not going to talk about that. So, my dog is starving to death. He has not eaten in at least 8 hours, probably. So he's starving, he thinks. Oof, that's rough. That is rough. What am I going to do about that? That is a really perfect opportunity, because every problem is an opportunity, right, for a solution. And my boyfriend likes to say that to me, and it bothers me because I'll be like, oh, I have a problem. And he's like, you don't have a problem. You have an opportunity for a solution. Stop saying that. Okay, that was a really attractive noise. I'm sorry. Opportunity for a solution. The solution is to put it away and cast on something else. That casting on something else is actually a little known solution for all of your knitting problems. You just make something else, then you don't worry about all those other things. You forget about them, and when you forget about them, they don't bother you anymore, and so the problem is solved. That is the filigree. It's a wrap by Julie Knits in Paris, and yeah, it was supposed to be that. Now I don't know what it is. Maybe it'll be a table runner. I'm actually looking for one of those. Wow. Okay, so I am a knitter who doesn't knit very well. We've established I knit fine. I just don't follow the rules and things. So, you know, it was originally meant to be a fade, right? So, I mean, color blocking is not the worst thing that's ever happened to a scarf. Oh my God, my dog just walked in. My dog's name is Kevin. Kevin, what are you doing? Come here. Come here. Do you want to be on camera? Look at the camera. Okay, I got Kevin so that he could be an Instagram model, because I was gonna, I started an Instagram for him, and then he turned out to be the least photogenic dog in the entire world. Kevin, come here. Look, it's you. Look, it's you. Oh my God, I hate when people do that. Oh, there you are. Okay, all right, go. I hate when people do that, but I love my dog. Kind of. Get out of my room. He knows he's not supposed to be in. Wow. Okay, we're at 6 minutes in, and I'm already have lost you. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. That's kind of depressing. He's gonna hang out. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. That's kind of depressing. And real time, just found out that my project looks like crap. Cool. I should cast on something else. You know, I really do want to cast on something else, just because I want to do something that's a little more mindless, like a kind of sweater body. Maybe I'll cast on a boxy, because you just cast on the bottom and you just go up forever. Maybe I'll do that. That's a good idea. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, okay? I just lost all of my plans. And now my blog is about not knitting. It's about me questioning all of my life decisions, including getting Kevin. I don't know. But I am trying to get back into watching YouTube videos. I wasn't able to watch YouTube videos about knitting at all, because we were all sick, my kids were home, and it's very difficult to watch YouTube videos when my kids are around, because they're watching their own stuff. But I do want to say that I just found a vlog called, I hope I don't mess this up, I'm going to link it in the down bar, The Fairy Godfather Knits. Okay, I hope I got that right. If I didn't, it's in the down bar, but I think that's the point. He is a knitter who knits, surprise! But he's relatively new, but he's significantly advanced, which is kind of wild. I don't like it when I see people doing that. I knit for the first 12 years of me knitting. I knit 2 hats and a bunch of scarves. Nothing fit, and it was a disaster. But I was watching his podcast yesterday, and he was showing he made that mini unbearable hoodie. Now this is so awkward. I don't know. He made it for a kid, and he made the mini unbearable hoodie, and he was like, oh yeah, here's a picture of it, and it was his first stranded project ever. Okay, the unbearable hoodie, I have made that for the adult size, and it was the hardest thing I've ever made in my entire life, and it was probably my 75th stranded project, and it was the hardest stranded project I have ever done, ever, and I wanted to cry, and it was so bad. Now I will say, my daughter also made that same hoodie in her size, and it was her first stranded project, and she just went with it. I think that sometimes if you just jump in the deep end into harder projects, that you don't understand that they're supposed to be hard. You know, because you just think of it as oh, this is stranded knitting, not, oh, this is advanced stranded knitting. And so I think that people who start from the very beginning and learn their way up, like I did, you know, I learned to knit before I learned to cast on. So I learned very incrementally, and before Ravelry and everything. So, but I think when you have Ravelry and you just are there's video tutorials and everything, it's just a lot easier to jump in, and nobody ever told you it was hard, and you're just okay, this is what stranded knitting is. When my daughter did another stranded project, she was basically just oh, there's only 2 colors at a time. Well, that's not so bad. That's pretty easy. I can do that. My first try on a project was a hat that ended up being so small that it wouldn't even fit on a doll head because my knitting was so tight. That was back in 2007-ish. So yeah, the Fairy Godfather knits. If you are not a struggling beginner knitter, he might actually be well, if you are a struggling beginner knitter, he might be a little depressing to watch, because I think that I would have thrown my knitting away and been like, well, is this unkind? Am I being unkind? I am sorry. I'm not meaning to be unkind. I'm just saying he's really good for having just started, okay? I don't know how long he's been knitting, but it was his first try on a project. He could have been knitting 20 years, but the point is, no, he wasn't. It's only been a few years. Why am I talking like this? Anyway, I'm going to put a link in the down bar, and I think that if you think that sounds interesting, you should watch him. If you think that sounds horrible, it is 100% because of my description of what it is, and I think you should give him a chance anyway. I'm just saying, okay? So it's not his fault that I'm like this. He didn't ask me to say this. Wow. Okay, so what should I knit now that my project is ruined, which gives me permission to put it in my whip pile and forget about it? What should I do? Oh, the possibilities are endless. Maybe I'll spend some time on Ravelry today. I don't know. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be better than that. Can you believe I did that? Cool times, good times. All right, anyway, I don't have anything to say left except for, make sure that you stripe your colors when you're changing colors, because that's a really good tip to avoid that. Or just make mistakes, and when you make mistakes, you can just put your stuff in the whip pile and be like, it's in timeout thinking about what it did, right? People say that all the time. Just thinking about what it did. And then everybody's like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Nobody's like, oh, you know, why didn't you pick it back up and finish it? Because it's in timeout, it's in trouble. I'm gonna cast on something new. That'll be fun. I even line up that yarn too. Okay, I'm gonna go. Have a great day. I will talk to you guys soon. Okay, bye. It doesn't work the other way. It starts it, but it won't end it because my life sucks.